Next presenter, Lou Pearlman was the manager of every boy band in the 90s. This dude has gotten blown by more moms hoping to get their kids famous than executives at the Disney Channel. Give it up for Lou Pearlman, everybody!
I'd like to first make it clear I have little to no interest in moms. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesus, I haven't slept. Where the fuck am I? My guy told me we're going to Charlotte. I was like, what's that? North Carolina. I'm from New York, you understand? I'm glad y'all could climb off your tractors long enough to come down here to Queen City. I'm from Queens. If Queens is a queen, Charlotte is a girl who only went to college to marry a guy who works at a bank. I'm Lou Pearlman, the famous producer, Svengali, someone said, that's a cool word. Erstwhile blimp magnate, train station owner, first cousins with Art Garfunkel, so like, kind of a big deal. If you're not familiar with my visionary career, I both literally and figuratively stood behind some of the greatest talent of the 90s, including O-Town and Five with a 5, which is supposed to be pronounced 5-I, by the way, if they come out wrong. LFO, the Backstreet Boys, and of course the only legitimate one, NSYNC. So, I guess my point is you're welcome, ladies, for all the posters you made out with, whatever. Your parents are welcome for the disgusting snail trails you left on the arm of their couch. I know it wasn't Carson Daly getting all humid. I happen to know personally for a fact that he's just smooth down there. There's nothing happening at all. That's what Courtney's song Doll Parts is actually about. I don't know if the timing messed up. You're gonna hear a lot of stuff about me from these comics tonight, I think. And I just want to say in advance it's racist. I'm a Jew, so to talk about how I may have committed repeated insurance fraud and stolen all the money from all the bands I managed and sold a blimp that didn't exist to Jordache and sold a Ponzi scheme that stole over $300 million from people and crashed that Jordache blimp once I built it. And also sued Jordache and somehow they gave me $2.5 million. A lot of stuff about what an illegitimate businessman I am. I just want to say, as a Jew, I'm very offended. If you, first of all, I just want to genuinely recommend that everyone after this go read my Wikipedia page. It is highly entertaining. But if you read it, you'll know that I am, in fact, as of about 10 years ago, dead. I died serving a prison stint for fraud. But I'm not the only one up here, so I think we should have a moment of silence for, of course, Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love's self-respect. Stone Cold's poor brain cells. Paulie's movie career. Ice Cube's street cred, he's not here. But most of all, me. A moment of silence for me. I died, and I'm pretty sure no one gave a shit. We're supposed to talk about the 90s. Boy, the 90s are about to get so slammed, we might as well be playing Pogs. The 90s were the decade when America figured out gay people exist, but also still thought Tom Cruise was straight and Rosie O'Donnell had a crush on him. It's just a shitty low-rent decade, man. I made a lot of money off of it. Just the most cheap trash, and you guys loved it, man. You're here to celebrate it tonight. All these terrible sitcoms and stuff, it's great. What a fucking shit show. A guy like me can really thrive. Just, the main thing I associate with the 1990s is just awful fake tits. Just the most horrifying, like, just mutilating people. Alright, is that funny? We got a real classy panel up here. Two people who are famous for chair throwing on one stage. It's pretty cool. Although Jerry's the only one who's known to pay a hooker with a check. You look that one up too. George Costanza, you are a fictional character. The rest of us are real people. You know, Polly's in the middle somewhere. So I don't know how to roast you. What am I supposed to say? You're selfish and picky. You're a sitcom character. Boy, that soup Nazi's a real Nazi about soup, huh? Get it, you guys? I dismiss you out of hand. All right. Kurt Cobain. Kurt, you're my second favorite Kurt of the 90s. Just because me and Loader used to do blow out of the dimples in the small of Devin Sawa's back. If Bill Cosby's wife had murdered him in the 90s, we'd still love him too. Speaking of which, Courtney is not all there. She named her band after the gaping darkness inside of her that'll never be filled. I fucked that up, can you talk? Courtney, you're only here because Kurt insisted. Just like, everything else. Your voice sounds like my 56K modem downloading a JPEG of Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Is the fact that you named yourself Love ironic or the opposite of ironic? I didn't think that would work. Speaking of people who should stop doing drugs, Paulie should start. What are you doing? How are you still alive? You're ruining your own legacy. You could have gone out on top, man. You should have OD'd in '96. It would have been fucking epic. Instead, you'd probably be at the Comedy Zone soon. It's fucking depressing. I must just feel bad for you. I couldn't write jokes about your mom's a nightmare. You guys got a lot of Googling to do. Mitzi Shore, if you're writing it down. Ice Cube. Okay, I'm gonna say, pretend Ice Cube is sitting right there. I was gonna say, Ice Cube, you're too roly-poly to be gangster. You're too soft to be hard. That's about what I thought. It's clever and I really laugh. Which brings me to Stone Cold Steve Austin, the former discus player and human wallet chain. We're not so different. We're both into grabbing dudes who aren't that into it, right? You put on this show, I'm a redneck from Texas. Yeah, Austin, Texas. That is not the same. Austin is like if Berkeley, California gently fucked Vermont. While Asheville fucking lit incense and played bongos or whatever. You're gonna be shitting. If your fans knew what a fucking raging liberal you are, they'd call you a cuck and not spray you with Faygo. You pretend to drink Budweiser and wear camo, but you drink kombucha and listen to NPR. You have a podcast, and you talk like Nancy Grace. In conclusion, I just want everyone to know that Justin Timberlake used to suck my dick. Like cocaine and were born without a gag reflex, I can make you a star.